Hello there, Rangers, and welcome to the second Power Rangers Dino Charge Hiatus video. You know, just because I'm Orange Ranger videos doesn't mean I need to wear an orange shirt in every video I make. Let's switch it up. It's morphin' time! Tyrannosaurus! That's better. If not orange, it's gonna be red. Last week we were playing with toys, but this week we have something a little more serious to do. You know, they say there's no place like home, and for the Power Rangers, that couldn't be more true. Whether it's a place to lay their heads, practice their craft, use technology to solve the problem of the day, or all of the above, the home base of a Ranger team is critical in their mission to defeat evil. The multiple season story effect comes into play again. There have been 17 Ranger bases in the show's history, from the Command Center to the brand new Dino Lab. So, of course, 7 of those needed to be eliminated. 6 of them fell off the list really quickly, pretty much right away, so let's take a look at why those didn't make the cut. I love the idea of Terra Venture being a floating city in space, but its size meant that no one part of it was the command center. The bridge was for non-Ranger military. There was a set of quarters, but those were really just for recreation. The closest thing to a command base was actually the Astro megaship, and spoilers, you're going to be seeing that on the list. When I started making this list, I really thought the Overdrive Command Basement would actually make the top 10, but it turns out that my biggest gripe with it really held it back. It is just too small. All of the cool technology and interesting aesthetics being crammed in really doesn't help the feel. Technically, the upper floor of the Hartford Mansion would also count as part of it, but that doesn't really help much. Make a big cave, throw 5 pillars in it, throw a big tiki head on the wall. That must have been the design documents for the Megaforce Command Cave, and that's why it didn't have a shot of making this list. Samurai's Shiba House looked great and fit the theme of the show, but it was really lacking in technology, with only their cool table map standing out. The Animarium was actually quite similar. I remember a viewing pond and a table. Sure, it was a large environment, but I mean the parts the Rangers used. Dino Thunder's Command Cave, aka Tommy's basement, also strikes me as similar to Samurai. A cool space, some cool technology, but a little too empty to make the cut. Those were the 6 easy eliminations, so I only had one more base to cut to make the top 10 list. So let's see which base was almost good enough, qualifying for an honorable mention. After 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the show was transitioning to a new start with Zeo, and with new suits came a new home, as the command center was replaced with the brand new power chamber. However, while the tubes in the back and Zordon's new look were pretty cool, the whole base just kind of has a generic tech look going for it that didn't really make it stand out. So, while it didn't quite make the list, it was just cool enough to qualify for honorable mention. Well, that covers the 7 bases that didn't quite make the cut, so here we go, let's take a look at my top 10 Power Rangers bases. Number 10, Jungle Fury's Command Dojo. I know I criticized the Shiba House for being a bit too Spartan, so it might seem odd for me to include RJ's wide open dojo space here on the list, but I really think it fits his personality. My favorite part of this base is the alert system, a series of old televisions that just seems kind of patched up and thrown together. Also, that wide open space gave the Jungle Fury Rangers plenty of room to train as well as socialize. And hey, the Jungle Fury Rangers left their base by swinging out on vines. That's gotta make the list, right? Number 10. Number 9, the Clock Tower, Power Rangers Time Force. This one might also seem a bit confusing. Didn't I say that the Animarium wasn't much more than a table and a viewing pool? What makes the Clock Tower any different? Well, the Clock Tower is a really cool base because of what it represents. Besides its obvious reference to time, these Rangers from the future are housed and protected in a relic from the past. Heck, the Clock Tower is even a relic to Wes, who's from the present day. It's that dichotomy that makes the Clock Tower just a really cool base, as well as number 9. Number 8, the Command Center, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Alien Rangers. I really cannot blame you guys if you think that I hate Mighty Morphin. I don't. It just doesn't really seem to score well on my list. I think it's that doesn't age well quality. The Command Center is a picture of retro sci-fi. Buttons, knobs, big ring lights, and of course Zordon's giant big tube. But it seems like one of the strongest qualities in a Power Rangers base to me is size, and the Command Center is just far too small. Now, as it turns out, there were hidden doors underneath pathways, etc., but we saw so little of them that it's hard for me to include them in my judgment. It's classic, but it's also cramped. And it's also number 8. Number 7, The Garage, Power Rangers RPM. Bases like the Shiba House are living spaces that just happen to also be command centers. Bases like SPD headquarters are command centers that just happen to contain living spaces. The Garage is the perfect balance of both. On one side, you have a perfectly ordinary living space. Parking, pool table, fridge, beds. On the other side, you have a super advanced laboratory with all of the technology needed to fight Venjix. It's that perfect balance of both that places the Garage at number 7. Number 6, Ninja Storm's Command Dojo. Ninja Storm's dojo makes the cut for 2 reasons. The first is what's on the inside. The technology is really cool. Cam's console is one of the best there is for providing information. They have a really neat holodeck type setup. And while it was really silly that the sensei was turned into a guinea pig, he did have a pretty neat rolling home. But what's even cooler about it is on the outside, how you get in. You don't need to be able to do much to access this base. Just walk on water. Can you do that? No? Number 6. Number 5, Command Base / SPD Headquarters. Now, why did I put SPD Headquarters up here when I just said that it was a one-note base? Because it's one of the best in the series at that note. SPD HQ screams future technology, and it has the size that I really love. Of course, it never hurts when your base can also become a Megazord, as this one can become the Delta Command Megazord. I guess that's why it grew all the way to number 5. Number 4, Root Core, Power Rangers Mystic Force. This is where that clean break that I often mention in my top 10 list goes. These 4 bases are the cream of the crop to me, and it starts with Root Core. Root Core is just the definition of a magical base. A dragon mouth entrance, a crystal ball, a cauldron for making spells, hanging broom jets, and just an overall woodsy motif. It may not be the best command center, but it was the best for this team. Number 4, Root Core. Number 3, Lightspeed Aqua Base. There are just a lot of really neat things about the Aqua Base. A huge crew of scientists and techs, some nice living quarters, and some great technology. Is that why it's this high on the list? Of course not. We all know why it's up here, because it's freaking underwater. You just don't get much more secure than that. Yes, it did fall in the end, but it took magic to make that happen. Now, I heard that a possible backstory for was that Ryan was going to be the commander of a second Aqua Base. And I accept that as headcanon because the Aqua Base is just that cool, and I love thinking that it's still there. Number 3. Alright, before we reveal the final 2, let's go over the list so far. Training to channel your animal spirit and swinging like Tarzan, Jungle Fury's Command Dojo is number 10. Rangers from the Future and a Relic from the Past, the Clock Tower is number 9. Classic retro sci-fi makes the Command Center number 8. Make sure to wipe your feet after you park your car in the Garage, number 7. Make sure you walk through the right waterfall, Ninja Storm's Command Dojo is number 6. Hey Rick, how many windows does that building have again? SPD Headquarters is number 5. Go ahead, walk into that dragon's mouth. What's the worst that could happen? Root Core is number 4. I'm glad there's a tunnel down because I'm not that great a swimmer. The Lightspeed Aqua Base is number 3. Well, here we are at the final 2. One is a really cool spaceship. The other is the new kid on the block, an advanced lab hidden under a museum. But only one of them can be the best. So let's see which one is not, followed by the winner. Number 2, Dino Lab, Power Rangers Dino Charge. Our current command center is just pretty darn cool. It features a charging station for the Dino Chargers, an advanced computer system with a holographic alert, and plenty of space for the Rangers to train and relax. It has a hidden entrance sliding through the mouth of a T-Rex fossil. In fact, it's so safe and secure that it makes it a bit odd when the Rangers decide to take sensitive equipment out of it. The new kid is a great home for the new Rangers, taking the number 2 spot. Number 1, Astro Megaship, Power Rangers in Space and Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. When the soon-to-be Space Rangers left the safety of Earth, they were going to need a safe and secure home in order to search for Zordon. Andros more than provided that with the Astro Megaship. It has that same balance of living space and command center from the garage, but adds in the also a Megazord factor from SPD. The Astro Megaship was around 90% of the Astro Megazord, with the Ranger shuttle forming the head. It also had a really cool holodeck type situation that helped the Rangers train, though it did also kind of create a new enemy, Grunt. Also, there was a secret chamber that was keeping Zane, the Silver Ranger, alive. All of those cool factors meant that the Astro Megaship couldn't be anywhere on this list but number 1. Well, as for you guys, I guess I was pretty on the mark, because we have a tie for the viewer's choice between my first and third picks. Yep, 2 votes for the Astro Megaship, 2 votes for the Lightspeed Aquabase. Thanks for voting, everyone. This week's channel shout-out goes to John Sidney. Now, John doesn't have an active YouTube channel, but he has gifted his shout-out to Database Ranger Power Reviews, who reviews Power Rangers episodes and other things, so you can click here to check him out. If you do not have an active YouTube channel, but know one that you would like to get a shout-out, just let me know in a comment, and if you win the week's channel shout-out, I'll be sure to give it to them. I'm sure you guys noticed this, but I tried to arrange my video schedule so that top 10 videos were every other week, giving you guys 2 weeks to vote on your favorites. So I'm letting you guys know right now that for the next top 10 video, you can leave comments below to vote on your favorite Power Rangers Morpher, which will be the next top 10 topic. We're going to cover that after a couple of videos. Yes, I said a couple of videos, because the next topic is more than one video can handle. The next video topic is something that I've gotten a lot of requests for and came up a lot when I would ask for ideas for off-time videos. Yes, I am finally going to reveal my full ranked list of Power Rangers seasons. But ranking all of them would probably make for a long video. So next week we're going to cover 19, yes 19, I'll explain why when, through 11, and then the week after that will be a more regular top 10 list. So you guys can go ahead and also start leaving votes for your favorite Power Rangers season as well. Heck, if you want to go all the way into it, give me your list. Bring those votes for both the favorite Power Rangers season and favorite Power Rangers Morpher through the next couple of weeks, and I'll let you guys know what votes are needed, and I appreciate it. Thank you much. That is going to do it for another Power Rangers Dino Charge Hiatus video. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and leave some comments down below discussing what you thought of this list, as well as all of the votes that I asked you for earlier, and share this video all around. I really do appreciate you guys helping this channel grow. I mean that. Until next time, may the power protect you.